Hello everybody, it's Andy from the Timeless Travel Club, and I hope everybody is safe and doing well. Myself, I'm just here trying to enjoy the California sunshine, perpetual, every day, 100 degrees. Actually, it's coming down here. I think next week we'll have actually a day in the 80s. I'm looking forward to that. But I am like everybody. I am just waiting for the day I can get back out and catch a flight. It's driving me, I'm going out of my skull, okay? I'll just say it. I am short of hallucinating jet airplanes with me on it. Actually, you guys see that, right? It's just not me. But there is one bright spot that has come about, and that is the return of baseball. I am so happy that baseball's back. I missed it a lot, and I can't wait to combine travel with baseball. There is baseball in Mexico, and it's pretty awesome. So today I'm gonna spend some time and have a chat about my experiences in Mexico with regards to baseball. I have been trying to attend a baseball game in Mexico for such a long time, but there's always been a scheduling issue. I've always been a day late into town, or the local team is on the road. Other than the games that I've actually played in Mexico, I've actually attended one baseball game, and it was a hoot. And that was in the little town of Ojo de Agua, which is about 40 minutes outside of the city of Aguascalientes, where my family comes from. So if you are interested in seeing some of the family videos, I'll put a link up on top where you can check those out. But it was amazing. It is a small town, but they take their baseball pretty serious. And it was unique in that while you're in the stands, people aren't there just to watch the game. There's a lot of food to be eaten. They're walking around selling beers, and it's a pretty festive environment, as you can guess. You know, we're in Mexico. But the thing that fascinated me most was the gambling. There's a couple spotters, I don't know really what you call them, but they're walking around, they're gambling on anything. What the next batter is gonna do, what the next pitch is gonna be, you name it, they're gambling. And they wanted to get me, I was the only gringo in the stands, they wanted to get me to gamble so bad, but I just didn't understand the language, and I wasn't gonna put my money down on something that I didn't fully understand. Next time I go, I'm taking a local with me. I'm definitely getting into that action. So yeah, that was a very unique and enjoyable baseball game in Ojo de Agua. Speaking of family and baseball, I actually have, my last name is Perez Chica. It's very unique. If you are a Perez Chica, you are related to me. And there was actually a professional baseball player, ex-professional baseball player, named Tony Perez Chica. So baseball runs in the blood here. He played, it's going back a few years, he played for the Giants. He played for, I believe it was Cleveland for a little while. He was a shortstop, he was a power hitting shortstop. And currently he's the third base coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, and I understand that his daughter in the college ranks is a pretty awesome ball player herself. So baseball, it runs deep. I mentioned earlier that I played baseball in Mexico. This is going back when I first stayed in Acapulco back in the mid-90s. My friend that I spoke of in an earlier video, Lali, I was telling her this, I've been in Acapulco for quite some time. The thing that I was missing most, besides some of the food, American food, was baseball. So she surprised me one day. She says, come on, we're gonna take you out to the baseball field. Apparently she did a little research before we went, and there was a practice going on with the state team, the Guerrero state team, the Acapulco Athletics. And she had arranged with the coach to come up and meet me, and he actually invited me. He says, hey, you wanna come down and take some swings? I said, si, senor. I went down and took batting practice. It was, if you're a baseball player, you know, if you've been away from the game for a long time and you get a chance to participate in any degree, it is a joy. And I had so much fun up there with the whole team shagging for me, except I didn't know Spanish all that well. And while the manager was pitching to me, after a while, he started saying, "Sigue, sigue." I didn't know what sigue meant, so I just kept ripping it. He kept throwing them, so I kept ripping them. So finally, Lolly says, "Andy, he's calling next batter, Andy, stop." So he allowed me to take some ground balls at third base, and I guess I did pretty well. So he invited me. He says, "Hey, you wanna join the team?" I told him, I'm only here for several more weeks. He says, "It's okay. We could use a backup player." And I thought, hell yeah. Now I don't think that this coach is just going to let any old Joe. I don't think that this coach was going to let any Joe come off the. Now I don't think that this coach is going to let any Joe step out of the stands and join his team. Lolly set this guy up pretty good. She'd known my past. She knows I played baseball practically all my life. I played hardball until I was almost 50 years old. Semi-pro ball, a lot of softball. And so, I knew my way around a baseball diamond. I was surprised on how well they kept the field. The problem in Mexico, for me personally, was we had practice for, 2 hours, set at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. But if there is a football team that came out to practice in center field, practice was over. So in Mexico, soccer takes precedence over baseball. So I was a little disappointed with that. Another thing that I was shocked with, I actually got into some games. I played in Acapulco, I played in Chilpancingo, I played in Zihuatanejo, and one other city I don't remember. Again, these players, these are good teams. It's the state teams. So I was up to bat and I was hit by a pitch. So I started to take my base and the umpire grabs me and I'm thinking, you saw the ball hit me, right? You heard me yell in pain, right? He picks the ball up and I thought he was gonna give it to me. What, if you get hit by a pitch, you get the ball as a souvenir? I had no clue what was about to happen. He turns my arm around and locates the spot the ball hit, and he starts grinding the baseball in my arm. And I'm like, what the hell? Unhand me. Is this some type of initiation? But I didn't understand that. Apparently, I don't know if they do this at every level, but on the team that I played on or in the league that I played on, if you're hit by a pitch, they rub the baseball to, it has to do with bruising. And you know what? I didn't bruise. I was shocked. It hurts. I think I'd rather keep the bruise rather than endure the pain and just take my base. Another thing that I suffered with, I played second base, and we didn't talk this out, but when there's a pop-up, I got it means nothing in Mexico. So a little confusion there, but otherwise it was a great experience. I was treated like a king, even by the opposing team. If we traveled to another city, they would see that there's one gringo that didn't speak Spanish, and they made sure that when the ball game was over, I had plenty to eat. Everybody wanted to show off their plate, their wives' plates to me. So I ate like a king and drank like a king. It was a good time. I missed those guys, actually. I didn't think to take pictures. This is way before I was into shooting video or anything, and these guys partied hard. They said, okay, tonight we're going to our favorite bar. And as soon as I walked in, I thought, hey, this is a strip bar, and I'm out. I told them I'm not going in there. No. I was forcefully brought in. Sat in their favorite chair, and topless women know these guys well, came around and sat around us, and I'm sitting there like, this is not the kind of bar that I'm used to. So they played that up, somebody pinched the girl and thought that I did it, and I got slapped in the face. And that was the turning point for me. You guys, all right, you had your fun, I'm out. I go back now to the diamond that we played in Acapulco. It was called La UDA. UDA is an acronym, UDA for UDA, Unidad Deportivo de Acapulco. Can't believe I remembered that. But these days, I went back a couple years ago to check out the field, and they've got synthetic grass now, so it is quite a complex. But I can't wait to travel again. I can't wait to go to a soccer game, of all things, but baseball is high on the list of things to do on my bucket list when I'm able to go back to Mexico. Their professional league, it's AAA is what it is. There are 16 teams, there are 2 divisions, there's a north and a south, and they play in nice stadiums. It's a first-class operation. This league has been operating since 1925. So as soon as I can buy a freaking ticket to wherever in Mexico, I'm gonna take you all to a baseball game, I promise. Until then, keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hang in there, and we will see some baseball in Mexico.